So we're going to be doing question 2 on Biology 2015 WAEC. Now the question says, the structure of a cell membrane is a double layer and a double protein layer, B, middle bilayer of protein with a lipid layer on either surface, C, middle bilayer of lipid with a protein layer on either surface, D, protein layer with two inner lipid layers. So now we'll be tackling these problems. You can have a try, you can pause the video and try solving it. Finding out this answer. Moving on, let's explain this. So now, this cell membrane, imagine it as if it were a sandwich. It has bread, top and bottom, and then in the middle layer the fillings. So now the bread are referred to as the protein layers. They are hydrophilic, so that means they can sustain water, while the inner layer, the lipid layer, is the butter, the inner of the sandwich. It is hydrophobic. Hydrophobic meaning it fears water. So now, since we know they are hydrophobic, we can use that and answer the question. Another way to think of it is, as I said, lipid fats, also known as fats, hate water. Think of how oil and water don't mix. That is a classic example. Just think about that. And then, so the proteins which don't mind water sits on either surface because they are hydrophilic, as I said. And so using this we can answer the question. Now option A says double layer and double protein layer. That is wrong. B, middle by layer of protein and a lipid layer on inner surface. So now, as we said, proteins at the top and bottom, they are the bread. Using our illustration, our example illustration. So that wouldn't make it the answer. And then it says, option C says middle by layer of lipid with a protein on either surface. Now that is the correct answer, because in the middle there are a bilayer of lipid. That means two layers of lipid with protein on the top and bottom surface. And then this says protein layer with two inner lipid layers. See, that is still wrong. Isn't that to confuse us? Why is it that protein layer, it didn't specify the protein layer, and inner don't specify middle? So we can see some visual representation of this. Now this is a visual example of this. So now the protein which are the top on either surface, they are the hydrophilic layers. And then the lipid bilayer, why is it bilayer? There are two section layers, 1 and then 2. From here to here 1, from here to here 2. So that's what made it 2, if you're wondering. And here's a 3D form of it. See, these are the protein molecules and are the lipid fillings, bilipid fillings. And then this was propounded by Davson-Donnelly model as the protein lipid protein model. So using this we can successfully understand this problem. We'll move on to the next question in our next video. Thank you.